Hey guys, G here, and this is a video for solving two-step inequalities. And our essential question is very simple, just how do we solve two-step inequalities? And really the answer, you guys, is you solve two-step inequalities the exact same way as you solve two-step equations. Okay? Just a quick little thing, if you have not watched the video for solving two-step equations, please go back and watch that. Also, if you not watched the video for solving one-step inequalities with multiplication and division, please go back and watch that as well, as you need the information from those videos in order to work on this one. Now, with solving two-step inequalities, what we need to do is you need to solve it exactly the same way as you would solve an equation. So really, we treat this the exact same way as 2x minus 4 equals 16. This inequality symbol is really, we're using it the exact same way as an equal sign. Okay, so we do the exact same steps as we want to get our variable by itself. We want to isolate x. So in order to do that, we need to get rid of the 2 and we need to get rid of the negative 4. In two-step equations, what we've always done is we always like to get rid of our addition and our subtraction first before we worry about that multiplication and division. We do the order of operations backwards. So because I have 2x minus 4, in order to cancel out this negative 4, I do the opposite, which is plus 4. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. It's nothing. It goes away. But whatever I do to one side of my inequality symbol, I have to do to the other side of the inequality symbol, just like we do with equations. 16 plus 4 is 20. I just bring down my symbol and bring down 2x because nothing has happened with 2x. I haven't changed that. I haven't done anything to that yet. Now to get x by itself, I have 2 times x is less than 20. So in order to get x by itself, I need to get rid of the multiplication by doing division. So I divide by 2 on both sides. 2's cancel out. I'm left with x. Bring down my symbol is less than 10. And that would be my final answer. X can be any number less than 10, and any number less than 10 would make this inequality true. Okay, so let's pick a number less than 10 real quick, just to check to make sure we did our answer correct, and let's plug it in for x. So if I were to pick any number less than 10, I'll just pick 9. 9's less than 10. So I do 2 times 9, because I'm filling it in for x. 2 times x minus 4 should be less than 16. Now I'm going to solve this left side. 2 times 9 is 18 minus 4, which is 14. I got to ask myself, is 14 less than 16? It is, which means we did our problem. Probably. That means we did our problem correctly. So we're good. Let's look at another one here. So I have negative 3x minus 21 is greater than 15. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to get my variable by itself, and I'm going to solve it exactly the same way as I solve an equation. So I have this minus 21 right here. So I want to get rid of my addition and subtraction before I worry about my multiplication and division. So to get rid of minus 21, I add 21. And I'm going to do it to both sides. These go away. That's the whole reason why I added 21 is I wanted to cancel it out. I wanted to get rid of it. I still have negative 3x. That's still greater than 15 plus 21 is 36. I want to isolate my variable, so I want to get x by itself. So this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So negative 3 divided by negative 3. That cancels out. That's why we did it. I still have my x. I have to divide my right side by negative 3 as well. This is where there's somewhat of a trick, though. What we just did is we divided by a negative number. And as we've learned in the past, whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, something happens to this symbol here. And what happens is it changes directions. So our inequality symbol flips sides, and now I can finish with my problem. 36 divided by negative 3 is negative 12, and I'm all done. X should be less than negative 12. It does ask for us to graph it, so I'm just going to draw a real quick graph down here. I can always start my graph right at the number of our solution. We do not start from 0. Make sure we number at least one number on each side of our graph. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot my point. I'm going to look at my symbol. Because it's less than and it's not less than, there's no or equal to symbol. I use an open circle because negative 12 is not part of the solution. If I plug in negative 12, it's not true. And because x is less than negative 12, I'm going to shade to the left. Okay, and there would be a graph for that. Let's look at just one more example and then we'll be all done with this one. So here we have x over a negative 5 plus 11 is greater than or equal to 15. Just a reminder that fractions like this is just another way of writing division. This is x divided by negative 5. So I want to get rid of my addition and my subtraction first. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. These go away. I still have x divided by negative 5 is greater than or equal to 15 minus 11 is 4. Now, because I have division, I want to get my x by itself, so I've got to get rid of this divided by 5. And to do that, I can just multiply by negative 5 on both sides. Multiply by negative 5. These cancel out. That's why we did it. So I still have my x, so 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Again, I've got to ask myself before I just bring down my sign, I have to ask myself, did I multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides? And the answer is yes. In order to cancel out this divided by negative 5, I had to multiply both sides by a negative number, by negative 5. So because of that, my sign flips direction. And I have x is less than or equal to negative 20. And in order to graph it, because it asks us to graph, I'll start my graph from negative 20. I'll number one number on each side just to show that I understand how a number line works and that that the numbers are actually getting smaller as we go to the right because we're getting closer to 0. And it counts backwards from our negatives. And I can go ahead and plot my points. So I plot a point on negative 20. I'm going to do a closed circle because it's of that or equal to symbol on the bottom. So because it says or equal to, that means I can do a closed circle on negative 20 because negative 20 is part of the solution because it could be equal to it. And because x is less than, I shade to the left. And that's it. So the big thing is you solve two-step inequalities the exact same way you solve equations. And remember, if you ever multiply or divide by a negative, to flip this direction of your sign. Hope this video helped. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.